Hey guys, welcome and join me as we journey through Exodus chapter 19 through the lens of God's love and His true character. We're about to jump in. Let's look at chapter 19 through the lens of a loving Father, one who had redemption in mind from the very beginning, from the very Logos. Exodus chapter 19. This chapter takes place before God gives Israel the 10 Commandments at Sinai. The focus is covenant, consecration, and encounter. God brings His people to Himself in verses 1 through 4. You yourselves have seen what I did to the Egyptians and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. God is not just rescuing Israel from Egypt or from their bondage, but to Himself. Salvation is fundamentally union with God, being brought into His presence, into His being. This foreshadows Christ, who brings us out of sin and death and into oneness with the Father. John 17:21. Covenant of participation. This is verses 5 through 6. Now therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all people. And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. To be treasured is not just legal status, but transformation. God is drawing Israel into holiness, His life. They are not just to serve Him externally, but to share His being, a kingdom of priests, mediating His presence. This anticipates the church as partakers of the divine nature. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 4. Consecration and preparation, verses 10 through 15. The people must wash their garments, abstain, and set boundaries around the mountain. Holiness is not ritual cleansing only. It is aligning our whole being to God's reality. The external washing symbolizes inward purification, the transformation of the mind, metanoia, to reconsider or go beyond, and receive Him. The boundaries show the gap between unholy humanity and God's consuming presence, pointing to Christ as the bridge. The theophany at Sinai in verses 16 through 25. Thunder, lightning, smoke, trumpet blast. God descends in fire. The people tremble. This is God's being manifesting in creation. The mountain shakes because created being cannot contain uncreated being apart from God's grace. God's transcendence confronts Israel's frailty, yet the goal is not terror, but communion. God is drawing them into His life. He's like, come on guys, join in my life. The ontological thread of Exodus 19 reveals salvation as union with God, not merely deliverance. Covenant is ontological participation, becoming God's holy people, His dwelling place. Holiness is transformation of being, not just external obedience. The theophany points to Christ. Only through the incarnate Word can humanity truly enter God's presence without perishing. And I'm so thankful that the Lord has given me the death, burial, resurrection experience with Him. I co-died with Him, co-was raised with Him, and co-was resurrected with Him into new life. And He wants the same for you too today. It's time to metanoia, repent. The kingdom of heaven is here. I love you guys. Bye.